Hey, everybody, welcome into the building. Don't forget, as you come in the building, hit the like button, okay? Hit that like button. It is Trending Topics Thursday, and I can't believe it's already Thursday, okay? The week is going by fast. But listen, people, on tonight's Trending Topic, we got some stories to talk about. Diddy tries to get back the publishing right to some of his bad boy artists, and one of the artists was like, you could keep it. Show me the money. I mean, can't some people make a right wrong? Diddy tried. He's like, you know what? I had the rights all this time, and Diddy could have actually sold those rights for a whole lot of money. And you got one of them saying, I don't care. We're going to talk about it, okay? Diddy and the publishing right. And she by Sheree. Who gonna check me, boo? Well, the designer that claims you didn't give him no credit and you still owe him some money, that's who's checking you, Sheree. Yeah, he's checking you, boo. And he checked you with some receipts, okay? So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about Chipotle drama. Listen, people, if you're going to get that upset when you go to one of these fast food chains and order some food and it's not what you thought it was going to be, what you're going to need to do is stay home and cook. Cook your own food. Get yourself a cookbook, I don't know, a crock pot, something. But what you can't do is you can't be going to the restaurants getting mad at these employees because you don't like the way your food came out. You don't like it, just come back in. Yeah, honey, he talking, born billionaire, honey. He running his mouth. That's who going to check you, Sheree. Born billionaire, okay? Honey, he running his mouth. Did a whole video, okay? Saying Sheree ain't you know what. But we're going to talk about it. We'll get into it, okay? Come on now, Clay. Get yourself a crock pot or something. But what you can't be doing is being so pissed off in these streets that you're going to put your hands on the employee at the fast food restaurant. Listen, those people barely making enough money as is. Working a whole lot of long hours, dealing with nasty customers, and the last thing they need is for one of y'all to be putting your hands on them because you mad because you didn't get no extra sauce on your food. Don't be doing that. Now listen, guys, I have checked the tickets as I always do. I need to just go ahead and go get come on now, get a slow cooker, do get something, but you need to stay home and cook. You're gonna get that mad, okay? Yeah, Sheree don't pay. Sheree don't pay. Honey, it's a whole hot mess. One fashion, she was about to have another fashion show with no fashions, but that guy saved her and she don't want to give him his credit. Messy boots. But anyway, guys, we're going to get into it. We got the people here waiting on the platform. Thank you, Sheila. Okay. We're about to get this train ride started. And we need y'all to hit the like buttons, okay? And make sure y'all hit that notification bell so that y'all don't never miss a train ride. Come on, Doreen, I appreciate you. Radiance, I appreciate you. I am Leo, yeah, she don't pay. Janet, I appreciate you because y'all know what I need to board this train. I need to what? Choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night Trending Topics, and we're about to get into these stories, okay? I'm going to board the train. We got some people on the platform waiting to get in. All right, now. Hey, Sebastian.
Hey, Diva. Oh, my God. I'm so glad I'm next to you.
Oh, shoot. Hey, Denzel.
Hey, Diva, everybody.
Hey, E. Hey, Wayne. in my
Why you put
opinion.
my 6E so low?
What happened?
What?
Why is my 6E in the middle and not with me?
Listen, no, I don't
Sebastian.
have a seat on the platform, okay? I just go in the order that they are on the
Hi,
platform
Diva.
and we carry on. Hi, Dustin, okay? And we got one seat left
Hi,
on the
Wayne.
train. If somebody want this seat, come and get it, okay? Because we about to get started, all right? So we got one open seat on the train. If you want it, come on through. Hit the link up top. All right, let's get into these stories right here. You know what I think I'm going to go ahead and start with? I'm going to go ahead and start with Diddy. Because Diddy
Oh,
tried, okay? Diddy tried it, okay? Hold on now. Hey, Julius. All right, now
Hey,
stay
Julius.
connected to the stories, people, because if you missed the story and I come to you and you all over the place, I'm gonna skip you. Okay, that's how we running this train tonight. Brian, I'm sorry, you're now the train is full. Brian Patterson, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you some love, Diva. Choo, choo. Come on, Brian. Choo, choo. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So listen, guys. So here's the thing, right? You know, Diddy tried. Because for years, his artists from Bad Boys was saying that, you know, where he ripped the people off. He ripped off the artists. That all the money, you know, goes to Diddy. And Diddy is up there living in his mansions, having his white parties, living his best life. And meantime, his former artists are starving. That's what the artist says. So Diddy had an opportunity to give them back, you know, their money, and he did it. And we got one artist calling foul play still. Let me see if this is the article I want to the first where we gonna start at. We'll start out by hearing the artist word. So let's do this.
All of the insides out of it and then give it back. That's disrespectful. Or the one you just keep it and pay me. I don't want the ocean. I want the money. Come on, y'all think he doing a good thing because he give back some publishing? Come on, man. It's not worth anything. And then he don't have the Ciroc or the Deleon, and then he gonna give $1 million to Jackson State like he doing some human. Come on, let's talk. Puff Daddy paid the publishing back. Whoop-de-doo. What's it worth? What was it worth 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and what's it worth now? What did he give you back? I'm telling you, he gave me mine back a long time ago. I was the first person he called. He said, Mark, I want you to be the first person that know this. I'm giving all my artists back their publishing, which is equivalent to giving back your girlfriend after he done poked her in the booty and raped her and did everything that he got all of the worth out. Like a spider went in and sucked all of the insides out of it. And then disrespectful. I told her, why don't you just keep it and pay me? I don't want the publishing. I want the money. Come on, y'all think he doing a good thing because he give back some publishing? Come on, man. It's not worth anything. And then he don't have the Ciroc or the Deleon, and then he gonna give $1 million to Jackson State like he doing some human. Come on, let's talk.
Okay.
All his artists is back their money. I mean, they publishing. So what? The shit ain't even worth like $400 a year, $300 a year. It's not worth nothing. You can't do nothing. Most of these songs that all of the artists have, ain't nobody gonna come back and license them for movies later on. Shine, Bad Boy for Life. What kind of nigga slang bang in the street? Nah, that's not like Bon Jovi. That's not like the Police. You know what I mean? We talking about songs that publishing that got long legs. It ain't really no long leg publishing coming out there except for the one he got with every breath, every step you take, and all of that kind of stuff. Ain't nothing else valuable over the G-Dep. And let it seem like everybody like, oh, Puffy gives all his artists back their money. I mean,
Okay, so he over there complaining, and somebody wrote Diddy doesn't owe them anything. He owned the publishing, which is part of the deal they signed. That's literally how ownership works. When you rent, you give your landlord money. When your landlord sells that property, they don't give you a part of the proceeds. When you ready to move out and buy your own house, your landlord doesn't give you back all or any portion of the rent you paid over the years. That's because your contribution helped them grow wealth. Okay? And she said, that's irrelevant. You signed the lease. You don't own anything, and you're not entitled to share in their profits, no matter how much you contributed. Why is this so hard for people to understand? It's the same concept. So it's like we say a lot over here. You signed the contract. You own some responsibility in it. I know you pissed, but this is what you signed up for. So don't be pissed now. So hold on one second. Let me just go. Let me see. And Diddy actually could have kept it and made a whole bunch of money. But he decided to do the right thing. So it says Diddy turns down 9 figures and gives back Bad Boy Acts their publishing rights. Okay. Diddy chose to do the right thing over money, evidence in the fact that he turned down a fortune to make some his former artists have control of their music, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell us that the Media Mobile and Bad Boy label Honcho is making an unprecedented move in the music industry right now, namely handing over the publishing rights to several of his former Bad Boy acts and forsaking a lot of cash to do so, okay? Word of this started to percolate just a few days ago when Cameron took to social media to announce that Mace had finally sealed a deal with Puff and secured his catalog for himself. Now, if your catalog ain't worth nothing, is that Puffy fault? It sounds like this had been a long time coming, but that's what we're told. Mace is far from the only Bad Boy artist to be receiving the rights to their music. Several others have recently signed deals with Diddy to do the exact thing, including some huge names. Our sources tell us that some of the other artists that have gotten similar deal recently was Faith Evans. Faith Evans has a nice catalog. So there's someone that was talking, I'm sorry your catalog is not worth nothing, but Faith Evans definitely catalog is worth something. The Lox, 112, the Notorious B.I.G. Yes, that catalog is worth something. And it's going to go to his estate. And there's some others. Now, I'm going to link this article in the description of this video. I ain't going to go through the whole thing. That's when he started out. Okay? And Diddy has turned over a new leaf and he's giving the people back their publishing rights. Sebastian, what are your thoughts? Because Mark Curry is pissed.
Well, I have to break it to Mark Curry and Diddy. Yes, people can be manipulated. Two things can be true at the same time. Because when you, for example, that person in the comments who said when you're renting and your landlord doesn't give you the proceeds when they sell, of course they don't, because you paid their mortgage for them, because that's what renters do. You signed the contract. The chat's gonna drag me. Now shut your mouth. You did what you did. Too bad. So sad. But yes, is Diddy a manipulator? Of course, 100%. Did he do this thing wrong? Completely. But it was a done and done deal. You signed.
You signed.
Don't whine after you signed. Don't whine after you signed. Don't whine after you signed. Point blank, period.
Hashtag that. Come on now. Don't whine after you sign. Oh, I like that. Don't whine after you sign. Throw that in the chat, Sebastian. Listen, didn't Barry Gordy do that to his artists too? Didn't Pebbles do that to TLC?
Sure did.
Yep.
I mean, the list goes on and on. At least Diddy is now trying to make a right wrong. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
You know what? Listen. Well, I heard that I heard that P Diddy is not a good person. But I will say this: if you sign up celebrities, everybody, read your contract before you sign it. Read it before you sign it, because once you sign it, it's finished. And Diddy did the right thing, and so he can't be upset now. He's signed the contract. He got to deal with it, and he needs to shut his mouth. That's it, Diva.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
My thought to this: don't sign a contract before you know what's in it. And then if you sign a contract and you change your mind, don't throw a fit, because you ain't gonna be able to get out of it.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be stuck with it. So if he's stuck with it, then he just needs to move on about it. And I think it's said and done. The contract is already said and done. So what What's the use of throwing a fit about it now?
Right, you just want it.
You can't if you already signed it. You can't do nothing about it now. So why? What are you trying to say here?
Exactly. AJ says sorry, smells funny, but I will say Diddy, Simmons. Come on now, you better come on now, James. Come on now, LaFace, okay, and more even on the Latin music side. They learned from it. They stole from many. There's a lie. Everybody got robbed. Listen, even in boxing, what's that promo? What's the boxer? Don King.
Don King.
They said he robbed Mike Tyson blind, allegedly. Okay, Leo, I'm coming to you 1 second because Robin said Chronicles of the Great Hair Dealer. The issue is that Puffy is acting like he's being generous. Sorry, you don't have the updated information. Yeah, he acting like he being generous, but there's many people that to this day, the people that stole and owned their publishing rights has not given it back to them. So TLC did a whole movie of how they was broke and how Pebbles, robbed them blind. Their own sister. They said Pebbles robbed them blind. So Diddy ain't the only one. Did TLC and them get their publishing rights back? Russell Wilson, is that his name? Sierra's hubby. He had to buy her Cadillac for her and gift it to her. They all got robbed. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying they all got robbed. Leo, your thoughts?
And I'm twerking on the fence on this one as well, because you signed a contract because you wanted to be famous. And guess what? You was famous. You didn't sign the contract thinking of how you going to get paid for that fame. The thing you got was fame. You signed on the dotted line and you signed for that. And I also feel like everybody's brain don't work this way, but my brain does. Give me what's mine. Okay? Because this is the thing. Mace was complaining and whining and crying. He wanted his publishing right. He wanted to own his stuff. Now you own it. Please don't show up on nobody's social medias and on Beyonce internet to say how it's worthless now. You done got all the money off of. No, it's not. No, it's not. You still got your good name. You can still market your material that you own. If you own it, you can work it. I'm telling you, you can work it. Will it turn into a multi-million-dollar, $70 million, $100 million, $300 million enterprise? No, it will not. But you can still eat off of it if you work what you own. And that's anything. You own a car, drive it to work every day, pay your bills and put some money aside because you ain't got no car payment. You feel what I'm saying? Work what you own. Work what you own. That's all you got to do. Work what you own. You own your publishing. You own your publishing now. I hear songs all the time on commercials, and I'm thinking about, well, where they dig that from? That's way up in the hip hop archives. I don't even understand how they even found that. You will be surprised. You will be surprised what you can work. Make your music available. Make it for advertising. Make it available for marketing. Let people know it's there. I'm not saying you're going to get rich tomorrow. I'm not saying you're going to get a payoff next month. I'm saying put it out there. You own it now. Make it work for you. And I feel like Puffy did it he publicized it for PR. He really did. He tired of being told he the bad guy.
Yep, 100%.
He tired of being told he the bad guy. And he did that for publicity. But I mean, and to be upset, well, now, I want the money for it. Now, I don't want you to give me my publishing. I cannot stand that. I really can't. I really can't. I really can't.
And how about
you want to own it? Do you want to own it? Then own it. Right. It's yours.
And
make it work.
The silliness of him now, right? You rather have the money. See, you still don't got the right business sense.
That's right. What you gonna do with it?
Publishing rights is better than some lost money. Because you know what I would do? You notice that every time these reality shows, they have a party or whatever, they can't play no music. Because they can't play music because it's going to cost too much to pay the copyright and the this and the that or whatever. I would go to all the reality shows and said, even if it was cheap, even if I sold it off for cheap. Because sometimes you got to take a hit to make the money later. I would go to every one of those reality shows and be like, y'all want to play my music? I'll take $500. Play my music and have a party. Do a live with my music. Y'all can have my music. $500. That's all y'all played on the show. I don't care if you play
marketing. That's called marketing.
It's called marketing, Sebastian. These people need to wake up and go out there, like the Puerto Rican princess said, and make your opportunities. If the door don't open, you go kick a door down. Stop the complaining. And yes, listen, let's be clear. Is Puffy blowing smoke? Is he doing a publicity stunt? He absolutely is. But that again is marketing, and he know how to make his money. Because the biggest is it's seeming like, because you see how they headed it. They headed it that he could have kept it and made millions. But instead, he gave it back to the people. Oh, is it a publicity stunt? Absolutely. But what most people are going to hear is he could have kept it and made millions, but he gave it back. Listen, okay.
I mean, come on. You got to put yourself out there. You got to market your own self now. You wanted ownership, then do what owners do. Do what business people do.
Right.
Make it profitable for yourself.
That part. And I hope one of them listen now, because I'm telling you, I will go to every one of these reality shows, because every time they have a party, they can't play not a song. You'll see them dancing, but you won't hear no music.
They'll play Erica Jane's song. They'll play her songs.
They can't play anybody that's on the show song, but I'm talking about on a regular basis, they can't play any other music. They could play the people that sing. They could play their songs, because Drew was able to sing. This one was able to sing. They played Don't Be Tardy. No, I'm going to go to every last one of them. Y'all could play my music.
And that's how that's how Taylor, she said that's how she would be able to get the cameras off her and Kyle when they would talk about things personal. They would just start singing Michael Jackson songs and stuff like that.
And you know what? You can also go to the streaming and get you also a contract and say, hey, I'm going to get so many pennies, whatever, dimes, however they do the streaming, and get that, because when you do the publicity with the housewives, your streamings go up. So your streamings go up. All you got to do is expose your old music to a new audience, and your last year, like Janet Jackson was like #1 on Spotify for Control. Like, me and Diva know about Control. Control was that itch in that day.
Yeah,
she became #1 on streaming.
That part.
Yeah.
Because you got to reinvent yourself. Okay.
That's it.
Oh, wait, Carrie.
It's called a renaissance.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
She said, "This is unbelievable. Y'all drag Carlos King for filth as a black man, doing other black folks wrong. But these artists don't need to whine after they sign. It's the selective outrage for me." Well, Carrie, see, if you stay connected with me, you know I love you, but stay connected with me. Did I not say that every last one of those reality stars are crying over the contract they signed? Did I not say that if you knew they was doing you dirty, why did you sit there for 10 and 15 years?
That part.
I said that. And I repeatedly said that over and over again. And
especially for Bethany. You said it especially for Bethany.
Yes, I did. And here's the thing, right? The thing is, with Jocelyn Hernandez, this girl said she knew when it was time to go. The thing with most of them is, they're sitting there and they just want the check. They're not thinking about the check. They're begging somebody to see their worth. Well, if you go to most jobs, most of these people are going to tell you that their manager don't even know their worth and won't see them, won't pay them for their worth. You got to bust a move. What are you going to do? So the fact that, okay, I messed up, I signed that contract wrong, I didn't get my publishing rights, well, I got them now. Let me sit down and figure out how I can make this do what it do, versus sitting there on the TikTok complaining, oh, well, you gave it to us a day late and $1 short. It's never a day late and $1 short. You better go out there and market, and especially because now you got the TikTok, the Instagram, the this and that and other. Stop complaining. Call them reality shows up. Call Mona Scott up. I don't know what that Mark Curry's saying, but I would be like, yo, you want to use my music the next time y'all have a party, y'all in the background, y'all doing something, y'all want to do a line dance.
Yes.
My music. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Diddy is looking out for his bottom line. He's not looking out for their bottom line. Secondly, just like a car depreciate the minute it leaves the parking lot, your music is gonna depreciate the minute it's not popping anymore. If they were smart, they would make a challenge with their song and have it go viral on TikTok. They would go to a new artist and say, "Hey, you can sample my music," and do a deal that way. It's not completely useless. They just got to know how to finagle it.
They absolutely do. Is what you do with your catalog. And I wouldn't be sitting up on no TikTok talking about my catalog ain't worth nothing, you big dummy. Wayne.
The shade, Diva, the shade.
I'm not going to tell you my stuff ain't worth nothing. Are you crazy? Go ahead, Wayne. What are your thoughts?
I kind of think, first of all, I really don't have a lot of sympathy for these people because a lot of them artists, I looked it up in a lot of the names and stuff, they made money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the catalog, they made money. Okay? Because you weren't responsible enough. I'm not saying these people did all this, but if you weren't responsible enough and you was out there buying cars, 2 and 3 cars, you can't even drive them all. You know, instead of investing in the stocks or whatever, you investing in a car which depreciates. Okay, so, because they squandered their money.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the flip side, I feel if Diddy is trying to be, you know, to save face or, you know, trying to do something nice, you know, this man got more money than Carter got liver pills. He could have gave them, I think, look, I'm gonna give you the catalog. Here's $1 million to try to get something going.
Wayne, I want you to come closer because you're going in and out. Barry Gordy ain't backtrack and give nobody no money.
I know. I'm not saying they should have. I'm just saying if he's doing this, like, you know, hey, I want to do something special. That wouldn't hurt him. I mean, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know, if he wanted to look good out there to the people or whatever, $1 million would be like $20 or $100. You know, to me, it wouldn't have hurt him. You know, like I said, I'm not saying they deserve it, but I mean, people you didn't gave some money to that didn't really deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all. I'm just saying, you know, he had enough money. He could have looked real good. And like Opinion said, now it's your responsibility to take your catalog and do something with it. Okay? Don't sit there and cry and whine. Okay, you got something tangible you can use now. Work with it. Work with it. Go out and do something with it. Now, that's not Diddy's responsibility for them to try to make something with the catalog. You got to do it on your own. You know, but if you're going to sit back and whine, Diddy he laughing all the way to the bank.
He been laughing.
Yeah, he been laughing. But like I say, he don't owe them nothing because that's what they signed for. You know, but it would have been nice, even like $500,000, something like, you know,
would have
because
complained about that too. You know what, Wayne, though?
Yeah.
He gave them $1 million,
Yeah.
500,000. They would have complained either way. The thing
louder.
Yeah.
Louder. They would have complained even louder.
Yep.
Exactly.
You listen.
They might have complained. But to us, we wouldn't look at it like, we would look like, y'all complaining, y'all got $1 million. So complain all you want.
You know what I say though, Wayne? Seriously, take that catalog and make it do what it do.
Yeah.
Make it do what it do.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you,
even if you don't get the money.
They can even do it on YouTube because YouTube now has a whole list of music that you can use for free. And some of them you can buy the license. Sometimes you can buy the license for as low as $1.99. Some of them is higher than $1.99. And some of them you can't buy the license at all. So you know what? you better start making phone calls, get you a manager, get your music on YouTube. First, for maybe 60 days, let the people use it for free. Then after that, $1.99. $1.99, and you times it by enough people, you're gonna be raking in the dough. Use your brain. And I ain't even, I didn't go to Harvard or Yale. Work your catalog.
People making
and you know what,
Exactly.
Diva? I'm gonna say this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all remember the hold on, Wayne. I'm sorry. Remember when we did What's Love Got to Do with It? What Tina Turner say? He can have everything. The only thing I want is my name.
She sure did.
All she wanted was her name.
Come on now, talk that.
And when she died, she had millions and millions and millions of dollars if she would have tried to hold on to what her and Ike did. Millions. I think her estate was like $170 million. Like, stop it.
You better talk that.
Because all those platinum.
She said, "I just
all those
want
platinum
my
and gold.
name."
Diva, all them platinum and gold albums was hanging in Ike's house.
Yeah, and guess what, but guess what though? And she didn't care about none of that. She went out there and
that's
made
what I'm saying. Yeah.
and did what she had to do. So Mark Curry, do what you gotta do. Stop whining. Suck it up, Buttercup. You're up.
I totally disagree. I think Mark Curry is right. Most of the hits under the Bad Boy rosters are songs that have been sampled. Okay, so the music, the original artists to the music already have to get their percentage off top because, Diddy will sample something in a minute. My attitude is nobody should own the rights or creative license to someone else's creative and intellectual property for over 20 years. That's ridiculous. Contracts, in my opinion, that are that top heavy and for that extensive amount of time should be illegal. Think about it. We're talking about creative Black writers and artists who already don't get paid as much as their white counterparts. And we are talking about people who come from the trenches and the lowest of the low who don't have or didn't have a college education at the time or any other employable skills other than working at McDonald's, doing landscaping, and selling powdered donuts. You have to look at who was over there with Diddy in the studio. What bad boy artist had an accounting degree in the 90s? I'll wait. Saying that these people need to read their contracts, how do we know these people even knew how to read? R. Kelly couldn't read his. Fantasia couldn't read hers. We have to have a heart. Diddy allured these people in, understanding these folks were attracted to Diddy's image. Because not only is Diddy the producer and he owns his label, but he was an artist. And he's pushing himself first. He's double dipping. These people wanted to be invited to all of Diddy's parties. They wanted to be around. They wanted to be in the videos. They flew on the planes. They were attracted to the lifestyle. Yes, they did make money. And yes, they had fun at the time. But Diddy made more money. That's the point. He stole from them, basically. Diddy preyed on these people because he knew they weren't business savvy. He took advantage. That is morally wrong. I don't care what the contract says. He preyed on these people. Mark Curry is right. What commercial is going to play all these 90s hip hop and East Coast gangster music in a commercial? No. I don't want to hear no gangster music when the Geico commercial comes on. Don't even do it. Don't play that foolishness when you bring on the Lay's potato chips. I don't want to hear that music, okay? And like you all said, Diddy is not forsaking a lot of money to give these people back their creative catalog. The songs being played on the radio don't pay like that no more. And the only reason he's giving the catalog back is because he already got the bulk of what was to be gotten from it already. When is the last time?
That's his claim, right? That's Mark Curry's claim.
And he's right.
And I'm gonna let you finish. Let me just jump in. Because I'm ignorant and I don't know, ignorance is no excuse for the law. If I go out and sign my mortgage paperwork and then it was one of those interest rates that it keeps going up and up, and later on when they send me a thing and say your mortgage is now $5,000 a month, and I'm like, what happened? I didn't know. Guess what? You didn't know, but you signed it. Okay, so we can't keep going back to say we want people to win and we want people to start out, but then say, oh, you took advantage of me, this, that, and the other. No, you have to know what you're signing and what you are doing. And they had, just like he stole the money for 10, 20, 30 years, you had all of that time, once you already know you got robbed by Diddy, to pick yourself up, do something better, do something more, instead of sitting in your seat talking about, woe is me, I got. You know, people get got every day that are not artists. And I'm not saying it's right. But you know what? Wake up and do better. Stop with the woe is me. You want some money, even if Diddy gave him money, what he gonna do with it?
Invest, go to Bitcoin.
You crazy. You crazy.
No, really, because this is my thing. Well, wait a minute. This is my thing. I get what you're saying, Diva, but even with Mary J. Blige and Diddy going to the projects to go get Mary, Mary ain't know nothing about the music business. Mary just wanted to sing. These people are just trying to get out of the projects. He went and got these people from these particular areas who did not have the business savvy he did. And I do think that was intentional. And the whole point of these people signing with a black man who looks like them, who understands where they come from, is because you would think that he wouldn't take advantage of you like his white counterparts, that he wouldn't scheme so much off the top and he wouldn't lie to you and deceive you, that because you wouldn't think that your brother who comes from the streets and made it out of the slums would do this to you like the white counterparts. And I hear you all when I saw somebody in the chat say, I hear them playing old 90s music in the department stores all the time. Well, I will tell you, when I've been in Target and Kohl's, I've never heard them play Notorious B.I.G. over the loudspeaker. I haven't. And, you know, when I'm in the airport, I don't hear them playing Loon. I don't hear that. And when we compare these hip hop artists to someone like Janet Jackson, look at Janet's image and look at Mark Curry's brand and image. When it comes to hip hop, the shelf life is totally different than when we're talking about an R&B album and a pop album that people are singing to, and the word, it's totally different. Gangster music in comparison to R&B and pop music is totally different.
So E, you can't rebrand yourself? Okay, what's Ice-T is on? He's been on Law and Order for 100 years. Okay, LL Cool J, he done did the darn thing also. Listen, you could be a woe is me person, or you can pick your bootstraps up, get out there and do what you got to do. I'm telling you that, you know what? You can change somebody's demand. Go out there and talk that talk. I get it. I'm not into the gangster rap like that. I like soft rap, like you on LL Cool J, who I Need Love. That's a Summertime. What's his name? Okay, Will Smith. I'm into the softness like that, but there's a lot of people that are not. So you know what you do? You got to go out there and work with what you got. And I can't say it better than Leo said it. Listen, Tina Turner, she said, keep it all. Give me my name. And she went out there in her 40s and reinvented her life. If you want it, you're going to go get it. If you are crying and the woe is me, you're always going to blame your life on somebody else. They stole from me. They didn't like me. They did me dirty. He could have gave me my money. Well, he didn't. So now what? Shan, you're in the building.
Hey, I think E said it beautifully. I agree with everything E said. I feel like y'all are thinking it's saying like, oh, well, it's me. No, she's saying you pretending on the internet you're doing this grand gesture when you probably got all there is to get from the, situation. I don't really care about the situation, but for some reason, I don't trust Diddy. I obviously don't know him, but I've heard so many things about him. Like, I feel like he's doing this for a deeper reason that's going to benefit him and his brand. I don't feel like it's, authentic. I don't feel like he's doing it like, okay, it's the right thing to do. No, I feel like there's a bigger picture and it's for his bottom line. And I agree with everything he said. Y'all need to have a heart.
Well, we can have a heart, but our heart is going to have him on the TikTok talking about woe is me. Yes,
Thank you, Shan.
Tina Turner.
Period, sis.
Tina Turner changed genres. Yeah, reinvent yourself. I don't have time for this woe is me stuff. Like I can't subscribe to that. Like it's just ridiculous to me.
But my thing is, like, why is he doing it now? I mean, I don't even know who the guy is. Like, I don't know back in the day.
Let me throw this in there for you, Shan. There's many that never did it and never will. And those people are still sitting out there robbed. They got robbed blind. Barry Gordy, the people said he robbed them blind. Robbed them blind. The Jacksons were part of the people that said he robbed them blind. The list can go on, and it can go in several of these industries where the people said they was robbed blind. And I'm even
But yeah, what I'm saying is don't give Diddy too much, because I just feel in my soul, allegedly, I don't think he's doing this because it's the right thing to do. He's doing it, it's gonna do something, I feel. You know?
Listen, he left millions on the table, and let me say something. He could be doing it for the wrong reasons. But he did it, and you got your publishing back. So now what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and cry now you got money. Now, if he give you money, then you're going to cry it's not enough money.
No, give me my money. Crying, I don't want no publishing. Give me my money, okay? I'll be
Sharing respectfully. I know. No, you're fine. You're fine. You know how we go. We don't catch feelings over here. Let me tell you something.
I'm saying I'll be screaming from the rooftop. Give me my money.
Oh, see, you know what? Let me tell you something. Give me my publishing, and I'm going to go to the streets, and I'm going to work my catalog.
Because I own it.
Because I own it.
Because I own it.
Oh, because I own it. I'm gonna work my catalog.
Give me goat.
And I'm gonna say, you know what, God, thank you. I got it now. You know,
yep.
You gave it
yep.
to me.
You put out your gratitude.
Come on now, Leo. Come on now. Put out your gratitude. Come on now. All right,
Sheila. Give me my money and my publishing. That would be the right thing.
Julius, you're in the building. You're in the building. What are your thoughts?
So we talking about Puffy, right?
Yes.
So I'm going back to a group of brothers from my elementary school years. Did he give the residuals to B5 that he had under his label for a time? Because I still follow Dustin and mostly all of them on Facebook. Even when he did the Bad Boy family reunion, Dustin said, now, if we supposed to be family, ring-a-ling, what's good? So, that case in point, it's not that these artists are not willing to work. They ain't getting the money, the residuals, all of that. So, did he give them their ownership? I bet not. And the thing about it is, it's not the fact that, because we talk about rebranding and all of that, they rebranded themselves and called themselves Audio. But when they saw that wasn't rocking, they went back to B5, the Breeding Five. I know what y'all are thinking. Listen, they're a group of brothers. But the point is, he robbed them dry. And it wasn't even the fact that they wasn't trying to work to hold on to any of their records. They were. They were just robbed. And it's like, you giving all these artists their catalogs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It begs the question. And I think it was E or somebody on the panel that just said it. What you trying to hide? What's going to come out about you that you don't want out?
Listen, there's a lot of rumors out there already about Diddy. I don't think he needed to give people back their publishing catalogs to try to hide anything, because everything under the sun, if you Google it, it's been out.
I know, but it just
now, whether it's true or not, the things about him, his reputation is already mud in the streets, right? So giving back the publishing catalog, it's gonna up his reputation from maybe 0 to 1 or 2. Listen. Here's the thing. I get what everybody's saying. and everybody wants their pain and suffering money and this, that, and the other. I'm saying though, at some point, when do you stop the whining and the crying? And
after you finish signing.
Yeah, that part after you unsigned. Rebranding is not easy, but you know what though? Be consistent and keep doing it. Now, as long
Can
as
I
I
say
got
one?
breath, give me a minute. As long as I got breath, I ain't gonna be in these streets trying to roll as me. If I got to work at McDonald's, Starbucks, or whatever, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Rebrand yourself. Stop the whining. I can't stand that. But they didn't do me. They did me dirty. They did me wrong. Okay, they did you dirty. They did you wrong. Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do? Go ahead, Shannon. Then I'm gonna move on to the next story.
Oh, I want to go after Shan, please, real quick.
In the words of the great Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, right?
Come on now. Okay.
He sounds $1 late and $1 short. What do you always say?
A day late,
like
a
day
late. A day late and $1 short.
That's what Diddy's giving.
All right, I'm gonna shut up because I'm going to move to the next story. Sebastian, yes.
Okay, I want to respond to E when she said, "Oh, these are a bunch of guys from the projects who don't have basic financial literacy nor literacy." Well, Jocelyn Hernandez did not even speak English, y'all. She didn't speak English to the top notch. She was not really educated in finances or anything.
Say a word.
She was on the pole. That's all she knew.
Talk about it.
She knew how to speak English because I had a friend who.
Well, wait, let him finish. Let him finish, Julius. Go ahead. Talk that talk, Sebastian.
The Puerto Rican princess made sure that her contracts were legit, were done well. She did everything correctly. And now she's still getting paid for those reruns on Zeus.
Yeah, but wasn't she with one of the main writers and producers from Bad Boy? So she knew the game, right? But she was with Stevie. Stevie was with Diddy. So Jocelyn knows the game because Stevie gave it to her because Stevie worked with the biggest snake of them all, allegedly.
It don't matter. I mean, she had a consultant.
Jocelyn had the right people around
you don't know
her to
what
learn.
you don't know. You better get somebody who do know.
Well, they thought their brother knew. That's why they signed with Diddy, because he was supposed to be their brother and he snaked them. That's
what you know what? Now they know. Now they learned. They done learned something. They learned the hard way. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard. I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. And I ain't backing track and crying over whatever. It is what it is. I got hit. I got got.
And it made you where you are.
Come on, Sebastian. Talk that talk.
Amen.
Amen.
And I'm going to say one more thing. People in everyday life, I'm 50 years old, Diva, and people in everyday life have to reinvent themselves all the time. I have done the work. I have done the work. I have been a waitress. I have been a bartender. I've been a loan advisor. Okay. I done been a financial secretary for a union. I have been a bartender, right? I've been a recruiter. Like, you have to reinvent yourself through this life. You cannot hold on to the wrongs that was done to you. You create what it is you want in your life. You take the crumbs and you create something for yourself.
Come on now.
It's called going through a renaissance.
Now, come on now. How about
this?
It's
called Give Me Lemons and I'll Make Lemonade.
You better come on now, and boom, and there go the mic drop right there. I appreciate y'all. We
protect Black writers.
Huh?
Protect Black writers. Protect Black artists.
Right.
But you know what we got to start learning, E? This story that they went through has been going on way before they was born. At what point is somebody going to wake up and say, you know what? I do want to be an artist that bad, but let me get somebody to look at that contract, whether I came from the projects, whether I'm eating noodles or whatever, have somebody look at the contract. I hear you, Diva. Remember Taylor Swift went off on social media when her catalog was sold behind her back? She was smart and re-recorded all her songs. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. That's what I'm talking about right there. We recorded all her songs. Wake up. Stop waiting for somebody that cheated you to do you right.
That part.
Use your brain.
That cheated you out of your money to do right by you. That's like you waiting for your mate that did you dirty to come right or wrong. Get out of here.
Amen.
You already know. You don't show me who you were. Yeah, come on now. They could have used that advance money. No, when it was good, just like the reality stars, when it was good, they was all smiling and happy. Now you back and you like, oh, I want the money. What money? It's my money.
How about don't take advantage of people, period?
How about you learn how to read contracts or if you can't go to a lawyer?
In the name of Felicia, there's predators everywhere. Now we're going to move on.
How about you have a heart? No.
Have a heart.
You're killing me. I'm moving on. To the next story. Thank you, Denzel. Woo, woo, woo. Let's move on to the next story. And this next story, oh, God darn it. Do I want to do this Sheba Sheree? I guess we will go ahead and do Sheba Sheree. Okay, so Sheba Sheree, you know, she was all up on the reunion. She came with the receipts and all the drama and dramatics, and she was like, you know what? I paid my bills. I paid the designer. Well, there's this designer, he's piping hot, pissed off, mad. He's saying Sheree paid for the materials. She ain't paying for his work. He got a whole YouTube video out there. He also said that, you know, Sheree, when they was doing the fashion show, she told the producers, don't put the cameras on him. So she wanted to make sure that this brother wasn't even going to be seen. She wanted to pretend like that whole thing was hers. And that's why Candy was trying to say none of those designs that was on your runway was in your show. Why? Probably because she ain't even pay that brother for what he really did for her. Listen, guys, let me share this screen. You know, she don't pay. And it's a darn shame. I don't think, at what point will Sheree ever learn her lesson? Let's see.
You made Lil Mama look good. Right. You ain't do shit. That's me. Everybody's jumping up and down for me. They don't know they jumping up and down for me, but I made you look good. And the fact that you ain't acknowledge it, the fact that you ain't even tried to like say, damn, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing it. Here, let me pay you this. Let me pay you for your time. And I'm gonna give you a tip too, because you made me look good on national TV. Because shit about Sheree been shit since it started. The first color line you had is when I built it. I built your shit, really. Y'all don't know. We talk about Sheba Sheree. You know what I'm saying? She went online. She went on national TV on Housewives on the reunion, and she brought out receipts. So I bought my receipts too because Lil Mama tried to play me, and we're not doing that.
You know, because you were the leading reason that the fashion show was the success.
It was, mind you, this your third fashion show on national TV.
Right.
It's the first one that it actually you got standing ovation. Yeah. I'm like, damn, we did our thing. We made Lil Mama look good.
Right.
You ain't do shit. That's me. Right. Everybody's jumping up and down for me. They don't know they jumping up and down for me, but I made you look good. And the fact that you ain't acknowledge it, the fact that you ain't even tried to like say, damn, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing it. Here, let me pay you this. Let me pay you for your time. And I'm gonna give you a tip too, because you made me look good on national TV. Because shit about Sheree been shit since it started. The first
she pushed through, she pulled through, she got it done. And I'm very proud of her.
She really did blend fashion with athletics. She gave us a bomb-ass firework fashion show.
Sheba Sheree is in the building. Yes! Won't he do it? Or should I say, won't she do it?
Definitely worth the wait. Maybe not the whole wait, 14-year wait, but it was definitely good.
After 14 years, I did it. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I've had a lot of letdowns. I want everybody who feel like they can't do it to keep pushing. With prayer, determination, hard work, it will definitely pay off.
Let's not talk about you not paying the guy with the fashions, and that's why them fashions ain't on that website.
I love it, honey. I love it. Let's talk about it.
Those fashions were not on that site.
This is from Rowan, who has no skin in the game. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. So Rowan was helping. I paid Rowan paid him.
And she's saying,
Back then. Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Those fashions on your runway. Half of them are not on your site.
So what? What is the bother with Sheba Sheree? Go mop them nasty ass floors in your restaurant. Go mop them nasty ass floors in your restaurant.
Let's not talk about.
So, oh my goodness. Let me stop sharing. I watched most of his interview. I have to go back and finish watching the rest. But he said Ron was like a third party, like he was the middleman in between this whole transaction. Ron contacted him to say that, you know what, Sheree needs help. I need these designs. And he's saying typically what Sheree needed, and by the time she contacted him, he had a 7-day window to get everything for her. Okay. She paid for material. She didn't pay for him being there. He said he changed flights and everything. And he was actually on set sewing people up, making sure them clothes fit right, and did everything for Sheree. She never tagged him. She never mentioned him. Don't do that, Latasha. Talking about she by Diddy. Don't do that. Listen, he said, you know, he just accused her a whole lot of things, saying she didn't give him credit, none of that. It's a hot mess, a whole hot mess. And I just can't even take it. And that's why the other day I told y'all, they all lie. It's a whole bunch of pack of lies that they put on TV, pretending like they doing these fabulous things. And we could probably get together and do a fashion show with some real fashions better than She by Sheree. He also fixed her logo. For her. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
Her catchphrase is, "Who gonna check me, boo?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy is saying, "Who gonna write me my check, boo?" When am I gonna get my check, boo? Sheree, and did you notice Kenya put in the comments that, "Oh, that's my friend. We know each other." And it's ironic. It's so hilarious because she said he did it, and then she was like, "No, she's did it at that fashion show confessional." Sheree, you need to pay this man, Sheree. You need to pay this man. You cannot keep doing this, Sheree. You can't. And I'm going to say something.
And acknowledge him, because he's saying she didn't acknowledge him. In case y'all want to follow his Instagram, it's Born Billionaire. You can follow his Instagram, and he has a YouTube channel also.
I love that name, Born Billionaire.
Yeah,
I like that.
And he put the whole video of him talking about this situation on his YouTube channel. Okay, he not feeling too good about Sheree. He said SHIT by Sheree. Okay, that's what should have been in She News. She by Sheree, don't pay. Okay, all right. So here it is, another one. Let me just pull this up. Okay, he talks about the designer check Sheree. Who gonna check me, boo? Well, Born Billionaire did. Okay, go ahead, Sebastian. Finish your thoughts.
I think that Sheree one day will learn the hard way when she's not paying people. And when I mean the hard way, the comments, please be nice. I'm gonna say it, and y'all may not be nice with me. Someone may actually clock Sheree physically for not paying them. I'm sorry, it's just a fact. Some people get physical.
We're not promoting violence over
here. We're not promoting violence.
But somebody's going to take her. No, somebody's going to take her to court, though. Swindler Sheree. Yeah, she's like the Tinder swindler.
She needs to stop. She needs to stop. And I feel like maybe she has a mental illness that's known as kleptomania. Maybe. But I doubt it. Sheree needs to pay, okay? It's annoying. We always gotta hear about this.
Yeah. Denzel, what do you think? That brother said she didn't give him credit. He had enough. Enough is enough. He said the people were cheering for her, but they didn't know they was really cheering for him. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I'm gonna change my opinion now. I thought it was just Bravo TV that was doing all of that, but now it's not just Bravo TV that is, not really showing the real stuff. Sheree Whitfield, she showing us a fake storyline, and she think we a fool. And you know what? She talking about like her first season. She said she classy. Girl, bye. She ain't classy, and she trying to act like she had all that money. I don't believe she. I don't believe she got a lot of money. I think she's living. I think she's living of above her means. And quite frankly, people might get mad at me, and I don't care. I don't think that house is in her name. I think that's probably her mom's house, and Sheree just pretending, okay, and then she want to shade Candy about her business, but Sheree, her business, it's fake. It's fake. You know, so she need to pay that man. She need to pay that man. All right, she need to worry about. She don't need to be worried about Drew or Candy. She needs to worry about herself and get her worry about her business. Okay, and she's a fraud. She's a fraud. She's a habitual liar, and the truth ain't in her. And yeah, she needs to really pay that man seriously. And she needs Bravo TV fire her because she's playing in our faces. She is done.
She's done. Dustin, your thoughts?
Yes, I was gonna say that I have a certain opinion. I agree with Denzel on what he just said. I think that Bravo needs to fire her because I think that the Bravo chick was what's keeping her afloat, and I think if Bravo does fire her, that'll really wake her up. I don't think that she by Sheree or whatever she's doing, I don't think it's gonna last either. I don't think it's gonna last very much longer because I don't like the path that she's going, and I think that Bravo and Truly Original, they need to fire her because I think that would really wake her up.
Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah.
Leo, your thoughts?
Oh boy, Sheree is exhausting. Sheree is so exhausting. This young man coming out, I'm once again I'm talking on the fence because he should have created contracts. What I heard, I didn't hear the whole interview. From what I heard, they never got down to a firm like rate. He did not exchange any paperwork with her. So that's the part of his business that he also need to up his game. He need to start exchanging paperwork. He need to get people to sign on the dotted line. Even if they don't pay, that's still a greater incentive for them to do what they say they're gonna do. If y'all was on a firm number, you should have put it in writing, sir. You should have put it in writing. And I don't understand how Sheree is allowed to get away with this backwards type of negotiation. My man say 5,000, you come up with 400. Like she is allowed to treat people this way because people allow themselves to be treated this way. Right. I believe this young man. I believe that all these things that he said actually did happen. I do believe that. But the whole thing is not on Sheree. 50% of it is on him because he did not have proper paperwork. That part.
Right.
Okay.
Agree.
Let me just say this, okay, in case y'all want to follow him. Now, like I said, there's his YouTube channel, Born Billionaire. He got his little folder with his receipt. He does have a lot of text messages. He has a lot of text messages of them back and forth in terms of the money, which will help him out, right? And he did say, business 101, come on now. He did say, she paid them for the materials and stuff. She did not pay him for the time and some other things. I got to go back and listen again, but I was getting a headache because I'm over this story already. And like somebody said in the comments, One, somebody said to Candy, we need this man on speak on it. Somebody else say anybody who gets into business with Sheree after knowing the fact that she don't pay, you got. So go ahead, Leo.
I agree. If you go into business with Sheree, then you have got. But I think he was also another person, just like the music industry. He was all caught up on the fact that his fashions was going to get shown on the Real Housewives. So, I mean, and I understand all of that, but you still could have conducted yourself with some form of paperwork, sir. Get you an accountant, get you an attorney, get you somebody that can get you some paperwork that's got your name on it, and y'all can get on down to a real price. Okay, aside from that, the fact that Sheree is known in the Atlanta streets,
come on now,
for being questionable about paying her bills.
That's that. Come on now.
I can't understand why you would allow yourself to go into business with her. First of all, just on word of mouth, and second of all, without a contract. So Sheree is known for this. And I'm gonna say this too. This is a whole nother situation that Sheree got going on, with many situations that Sheree has had going on. And I'm okay with Sheree not showing up in no more seasons on my TV screen. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that, because Sheree is not giving what we need as a business person and an entrepreneur. Everybody got their whole thing that's going on, but if you don't pay your bills, like Diva, you got to pay your bills.
100%.
You got to pay your bills.
Word.
That goes to your name and your credibility and what you say come out your mouth. If people know you don't pay your bills, what you say come out your mouth as far as business deals, it's shady. It's shady. It's very shady. And I feel like she skated right in this reunion about her shady business practices, because she had all this other deflection going on. She got the whole sheet going on with Candy and her restaurants and all this other kind of stuff. She's so pressed with how is it? This is my thing. So did y'all see the color newspaper articles and things she brought out for the reunion? But you can't pay this man, and this little newspaper thing that you got published and printed out in color, and color is very expensive. I know. How is it you could not get this man his $2,400 or his $5,000? You paid more for that, for this little thing that you published for the reunion.
And put up a whole website. She by Sheree News website. Come on.
Oh my God. You could have paid your bills with that and kept your name at least halfway decent. I can't.
That part. Yeah. All right. In my opinion, you're up. Everybody hit that like button.
She who can't pay, I ain't never gonna pay. Okay. I don't trust Sheree as far as I can throw, and trust me, I can't throw her nowhere. I don't know why we keep getting her on this show, because she's not gonna give us anything real. And we ain't never seen a real relationship. We ain't never seen real fashions from her. We ain't never seen a real body from her. Okay. Instead of her getting her nose job, she should have been paying this man.
Yeah. Facts. Wayne, your thoughts?
Tell the opinion.
You know, this is a clear example of people don't know their worth.
Ooh.
Man was in the driver's seat. She needed him in an emergency.
Yes.
If, like Leo said, he should have got himself a contract. This is what I want. This is how much money I want up front. This is what I want in the end. Okay? He failed to do that. Okay? He knew Aroa and the publicity it gets. Man, you in the driver's seat. You said that he was at the day of him in dresses or whatever they got to do. Okay? if he knew this was one of those last minute and he had to make changes, he should have got all that in the contract, had it signed. Even though he may not have still got his money, but at least if he went to court, he got something to take with him. Okay, right now, all he got is that, well, she didn't pay me for this. Well, where's it says that she was going to pay you for this? You know, only a fool would go in there with just the materials. You go build a house and you pay for the materials, but no labor. Somebody got to get paid for doing the work. So he was in the driver's seat. Second, I don't think Sheree, I ain't no big fan of Sheree, but I don't want to see her lose no job. But at the same time, it takes two to tango. If you want to go into a situation like this, don't complain too much. I think you complain to social media, make Sheree look bad, all this, like she hadn't looked bad before, but like I say, and he obviously, he has a good skill and he pulled this off. He should have had in that contract, these are my fashions. So I need you to have some, honorary mention that who the fashion designer was. Fashion shows, when they're walking down the aisle, I think they kind of say, now this is by so-and-so, so-and-so, here and there. He didn't do none of that. This man could have got a big bag. But unfortunately,
she right? Because she was pretending like it was her fashions.
Well, regardless, he should have had in there that it needs to be mentioned that this is my stuff. He didn't do that.
Or either get paid for it not being mentioned that it is his stuff. He can stay in the background, just give him his coins.
Right. Just no. You don't just get your coins. If you care anything about your name, you want it mentioned everywhere. Like business people, when you have your business card, you give your business card out to everybody because you don't know who got money and who can pay. So I would rather have my name on it and my name mentioned that people would know. You don't know how much more business he could have got off of this fashion show, maybe for somebody else, but he failed to do that.
Well, see, she hired him knowing. Yeah, she hired him. He was hired knowing that this was going to go under She by Sheree, because she even sent the logo. And there are a lot of design houses that designers are designing for them, but it comes out under Gucci. It comes out of Louis Vuitton. I think his real problem was she didn't even tag him as if he was a helper. She wouldn't even, and to go so far as to tell production, don't show his face. But they said his hands was in there, but who gonna recognize his hands? So
this is all the stuff. This is all the stuff you get done ahead of time.
That's fast.
And you get yourself a contract. You get this done ahead of time. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
Right. No, that's facts.
I'm done. That's it.
E, you're up.
So let me get this right. Candy was telling the truth again, right? Okay. Sheree, aka she can't pay, BKA she needs a real job, CKA she by default in collections, DKA she scams by us, EKA she by she delayed. Okay, Sheree was caught lying again. I've been told y'all Sheree was a fraud. Back when y'all were in the comments saying Sheree's body was all natural. And I told y'all Sheree had breast implants, a tummy tuck, lipo, face fillers, and everything else. I told y'all first on the Diva channel. Okay. Sheree wasn't natural. Okay. And I just want y'all to remember that, because didn't Sheree come out a few weeks later and did she admit to breast implants, but then she threw Kenya and Candy under the bus? And didn't y'all just hear Candy say everything I said about the tummy tuck and all of that? Didn't y'all hear Candy say that at the reunion? I don't know if Candy watches the Diva channel, but I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, you heard it here first. Also, when Diva played the video and Sebastian brought up Kenya in the comments, immediately I made a mental note of Kenya being in the comments. When I saw that blue check, I said, when Kenya said, that's my friend, he is a sweetheart, to me, that was Kenya co-signing that man and saying his comments were true because Kenya knows Sheree owes that man money. Okay. Now imagine these receipts coming out after Andy and the rest of Sheree's Delulu and Quacky fans thought Sheree ate last Sunday and red candy for filth, as they wanted to say. Time and time again, Candy Burris is vindicated and proven true. Like Diva said, this is the reason that the pieces from the fashion show were not on the website because Sheree can't put those pieces on the website because she knows that Tyree can sue the crap out of her. So she's not that dumb. Okay. Andy gave Candy and Kenya the nastiest edit on Sunday, and all he said about Sheree was she has an interesting quote unquote relationship with Bills. No, Sheree has a very unfavorable relationship with Bills, a delinquent relationship, I would say. And in the words of Anthony, she don't like to pay. Last thing, Sheree has been planning this show since 2008. It's 2023. And all of her items are shipped from China, okay, that are on her website. All of the items that are on Sheree's website, they're available on Shein, allegedly. I'll say that for Diva's channel, but I know, and you in the chat, y'all know, but I'll say allegedly, okay? It's available on Shein for a fraction of the price at a minimum of 75% of what Sheree is charging. It's 75% cheaper, okay? Now, that man is owed money because she has that new logo everywhere. She owes that man. Now, I must assume that Tyree and Rowan must not have been avid watchers of Roa prior to doing business with her because you have to think about it. If Sheree would let those Bravo cameras come into her Airbnb and film her teenage children sleeping on air mattresses while she is wearing Gucci, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana, and she's driving a Porsche, but you got your kids sleeping on the floor on a blow-up mattress. Sheree ain't about to pay you for no custom outfits. Okay,
Damn.
you have to put on your thinking cap here. Now, you cannot get lower than that. Originally, because I watched a part of that video, like Diva, I couldn't get through it. There was so much going on. I heard Tyree say originally he was going to give Sheree a reduced rate of $10,000 for a total of 8 custom pieces for the show.
Yes, he did.
Then Sheree talked him down to $2,000 for the 8 pieces. And the reason why she didn't have the budget, and Tyree said he agreed to it because he was going to get the exposure from being on the show. Now, that's an $8,000 discount if you guys are following me. And I'm going to wrap it up because I know somebody else has to speak. But baby, Sheree ain't shit. Sorry, Diva. Sheree used this man to secure her peach for season 15 because the word on the curb was, allegedly, I'm saying this for Diva's sake, but I know, she had to produce this fashion show or she was going to be out of there. And she never compensated him, just like Diva said, for the daily rates. And she changed it. This is why she owes this man so much, because she changed it from the 8 pieces to 40 custom pieces for the same $2,000. They never adjusted the rate. And he was on set because, remember, he had to make alterations because they did not have the measurements of the models. Because, baby, they didn't even have the models until the day of or the night before. And we saw that on the show, so we know he's telling the truth. I would call this theft by taking, if you ask me. In Fulton County, Georgia, baby, that's theft by taking. Sheree was saying that Candy needs to go mop floors. But from what I'm hearing and seeing, Sheree is the one that's about to be a prison mother with a mop and broom in her hand and swapping cotton swabs for an extra piece of cornbread. Listen, Sheree, be careful. The dining hall ain't nothing like the chateau, baby.
Child. Julius, you're up.
Pay the man his money. Cause listen, Folly Willis, the way she going after crazy, you know who, girl, don't get her involved. Pay the man his money.
Thank you, Julius. Shan, your thoughts?
I'm just stuck on the 14 years. I mean, I knew it was 14 years, but every time I hear 14 years to make some t-shirts that look like they from Dollar Tree, it's just crazy to me. Like after 14 years, I expect some, lavish gowns, some wedding dresses, that I just be stuck on that part. Sheree, I like Sheree. I'm like the 1% who likes Sheree. I like her because I look forward to seeing her fashions. I feel like she's well dressed. Her makeup and her hair is always nice. I like that. As a fashion girly, I love seeing what she's wearing because she always looks nice. However, the girl is not smart at all. My thing is, there's people who wish they could pay their bills, and you can pay your bills. How do we know? Look at your house, look at your cars, look at your clothes, your hair, your makeup, your this and this. Like, Jesus, what's $5,000 to Sheree? You know what I mean? So I feel like she's just doing it. She's just very disrespectful. Very disrespectful because many people, like I said, wish they could pay their bills. And then for her to actually be able to pay her bills, listen, I love Dollar Tree, okay, 48. Like, even when I get rich, I'm going to stay in the Dollar Tree, okay? I stay in Dollar Tree. But it's just sad. She's not very smart.
Me too,
I don't know what
VIP.
she's doing.
Me
We
too,
gotta go to
VIP.
Dollar
You're
Tree
not
together,
alone.
okay? You never know what you'll find. It's like going to Marshalls and TJ Maxx. It's like a discovery every time.
It is. They got good stuff. Yeah, she's a mess. Sheree, we're praying for you.
Why do we think she's not paying? Because the thing is, I feel like
She
Sheree really
overspent.
feel like people aren't worth giving her money
No,
to.
she overspends. She overextends herself. Listen, that sip and see, that was money on top
that
of
was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You'd rather spend that money on the sip and see instead of putting it into your She by Sheree. He said in his video too that if she did that thing right, because he was trying to help her get the website, he said she could have easy because the people was waiting for her, right? Made $500,000 in one day. But everything with her, she's a day late, dollar short, and she want to be cheap in the wrong places. She'll spend $5,000 on an
outfit.
Jacket,
yeah.
But you won't put it into your brand that the people been waiting for. It makes.
I think she should quit. She should quit the brand and do something else because it's just not working out. Like, it's not giving what we thought it would give after 14 years. It's disrespectful to not pay people and not tip them for their hard work.
Right.
Like, I feel like she's just doing it for fun. I feel like she probably think, okay, I'm Sheree Whitfield. I don't have to pay you. You pay me type of thing, you know?
I think she literally doesn't.
Because she has the money.
Because he had the text messages and she just literally didn't have it. And then you want this miracle done in 7 days?
But if you don't have it, that's fine. But don't come on the show showing us all the LV, Chanel, a huge house. Because you know what I mean? It's like contradicting.
Oh, absolutely. All right, guys, let's roll right into this next story. Okay, and then we're going to be out. Let's play this. Hold on, Juanita. Thank you so much for the super chat. She should have been paying her bills instead of paying for the sip and see. I'm trying to tell you. Give him something. This man came, he missed his flight, he changed his flight. He was there making sure that stuff sold on those models so it looked like it was made for them. And you want to play this man out? It's disrespectful. It's a whole hot mess. Let me share a screen and we're going to get right into this last story. It's a Chipotle situation. I don't get people. Now, let me see. Let me X out of here. Oh, that's a shame. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure. Let me back it up so we can see the whole story.
Who did not want to be identified, recorded what happened next.
This woman. One second, guys. I want to make
the Parma This is cell phone video inside the Parma Chipotle Tuesday night.
We walked in and it was really busy. You could tell that they were slammed.
A witness who did not want to be identified recorded what happened next.
This woman was up the front and you could tell that she was starting to get loud and upset about her order that she wasn't happy with. She ended up grabbing her order and walking out. And then about 5 minutes later, she came back in
Video showed the woman bringing her Chipotle bowl back with her and slamming it on the counter. Seconds later, she threw the entire bowl in the worker's face.
In that moment, I wasn't sure what to do. I felt so horrible for her, but I was also at the same time nervous to get involved.
The video goes on to show the woman putting her hands on another customer who tried to stop her.
And there was another woman, as you saw in the video, that went up to her immediately and said, you can't do this. I can't believe that you just did this to her.
That customer, along with the witness, ran out to write down the suspect's license plate number and give it to police.
Now, I spoke with the Chipotle worker who did not want to go on camera and did not want to be identified. However, she says that she was shocked by the entire incident and is dealing with a lot of anxiety as a result of what she had to endure.
I was so impressed by the way that she was able to handle herself, because she had been dealing with it. That woman was in there for 10 minutes before that and then came back in and continued to act that way.
Meanwhile, police say 39-year-old Rosemary Lynn Hain of Parma was charged with assault and disorderly conduct.
Someone that's working in this kind of environment, and they were obviously so busy just treating another human in this kind of way, especially one that's working so hard like that.
Whew, people are crazy. Let me stop sharing, and I just want to share one more screen, and then we'll get into this story. It's a shame, but shout out to the one customer that helped, okay? That tried to help. So Chipotle pissed customer attacks worker burrito bowl in the face. Like, how crazy and sad is that, right? A Chipotle worker in Ohio says she got PTSD from a customer ballistic burrito bowl assault, and the full spicy confrontation was caught on camera. The incident went down in Parma, Ohio. It's hard to hear exactly what the customer was arguing about, but it's safe to assume that she was pissed about how her order came out Tuesday night. Okay. Let me just, okay, I do want to play this again. Look at her. God bless her. Mr. Man, why you didn't go stop that girl?
Oh, you're not supposed to hit women.
I thought men are not supposed to hit women.
Hold on
How they gonna stop her?
Hold on one second. The incident went down wait, let me see. Early on in the clip, another customer, that lady, God bless her, defends the employee who's taking the verbal beating. The irate patron complains about waiting for their food, and the other woman in gray responds, then go to Taco Bell. Okay. And just as the back and forth seems to settle down, the customer slams her food into the employee's face, completely covering her and drawing a big reaction from onlookers. The woman from the beginning of the clip even swoops in as the customer tries to leave, getting in a brief physical spat before the bowl thrower gets out of there. Okay, a witness claimed the customer in question left unhappy with their food and came back 5 minutes later to start yelling, according to, the news. The worker says she now suffers from anxiety as a result of the incident, but a witness says they were impressed by how well the employee kept her cool at the moment. By the way, it's unclear exactly what the customer's food looked like to set her off. Maybe Chipotle was a little stingy with the guac. Listen, that was a hot mess. I commend the lady that, tried to step in. Horrible. Yeah. Yeah, they're not protected. They aren't protected enough. These people are crazy. You getting that crazy over some food? Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
This woman who assaulted that employee deserves jail time. This is disrespectful. Utmost disrespect. I don't care if your food was made wrong or whatever. As Diva said in the beginning of this video, if you don't like the food that you got on fast food, make it yourself. Make it yourself. Make it yourself. You are a degenerate hood rat who thought you had the audacity to take a bowl, I don't know what food was in there, but it was a Chipotle bowl, and throw it at that employee because your food was not good. How dare you? You know, you see that employee she's a good person, because trust me, after you finna threw food at me, it was gonna be all bets are off, and I don't know, she would have been walking out of that door with her 2 feet. Okay. She would have not. Make it yourself.
I see you, Sebastian. I see you.
Because I don't mind going clink clink when it got to be defending myself.
Yeah.
I don't mind going clink clink for that.
Yeah.
I'll do to defend myself.
And she
Who the
slammed
hell are
that
you?
ball. She slammed
She
that ball.
slammed the ball in this woman's face. The audacity. And we don't even know what she had in there. It could have been acidic, like lime and stuff, and it hit the woman's eyes and face. Like what type of woman are you? Who are you? Who the F are you?
Shout out to that customer though.
Shout out to the customer 100%. 100%, the customer did great, and how she put herself in right there to get the police. And I'm glad they got the plate too, because they need to finna get this woman and lock her up. Lock her up. And you know what? I need Congress to act on this, because it's not the first time fast food restaurant employees are getting assaulted at their place of work. Teachers are getting it too. Fast employees of certain establishments, it needs to become a felony, the same way it is if you hit a bus driver in New York City, or if you hit a bus driver, or you a bus driver, you get assault, you get a felony charge. It needs to be the same thing for fast food workers, teachers, and etc. This is outrageous. This irks me to the highest. All I'm gonna say is that woman is a nice woman, because trust me, she would not be walking behind that. She would not walk that door. The way she was gonna walk out of that door was gonna be in a body bag. Oh, damn.
Denzel, your thoughts?
You know what? I saw a story similar to that, and I remember it was a story similar to that, and I remember a woman. She threw, I think it was coffee, or it was soup. I don't know what it was. It was something hot, I know. And she threw it at the woman. So I saw something similar. This right here, I'm sorry that happened to the Chipotle worker. I'm sorry that happened to her. And the the lady that was trying to help her, that was good that she was trying to help. Those men that were filming, they cowards. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If I was working somewhere and somebody threw something at me, all bets are off. All bets are off. I'm gonna whoop that tail, And so she's gutter low. And she's stupid, because why do you want to mess up your freedom over some dumb S? Like, I don't get people. She's stupid. She needs to go to jail, because that was assault.
Yes, it was.
And you know what? And that Chipotle worker, she needs to sue her. She needs to sue that no good woman. And they need to ban that woman. And, I'm praying for her. I hope, she gets, some therapy. And that's it, Diva.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Who went?
Trash. She's trash.
Wayne, you're up. Are you there, Wayne? Okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna be off for about 2 or 3 months because I've been damaged mentally.
Yeah.
Second of all, I know y'all say don't hit a woman. But if that bitch had thrown that in my face, I'd have jumped across that counter and that bitch would have gotten a good ass whipping out of me. Now, I don't believe in hitting women, but that would have just been my response. Somebody was I was going to open up a can of ass whipping on somebody.
Oh my.
And for these people, like the lady that went afterwards, okay, that was fine, but the damage was already done. If she felt like that, she should went up there and try to say, ma'am, come on, let's not do this. You don't want to do this.
She talked to the lady ahead of time. She talked to the customer that was wilding out ahead of time. We got to give her credit. She tried.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying don't give her credit, but I'm like, what you going to do afterwards? You just say something? I mean, what can you do after the fact? You can't do nothing. You can't put your hands on her. It didn't happen to you. I mean, call the police or whatever, but I'm saying that she should have, and this woman, she's probably not going to serve no time in jail. Probably get the best thing this woman can do, not the worker, is file a lawsuit. Get a good lawyer. If this woman got a house, it's going to have a lien on it. If she got a car, it's going to have a lien on it, or it's going to belong to me. Simple as that. And God forbid if it had been my child. Because there was no old woman, the girl behind the counter, was no old woman. That's just my thought process right now. If it had been my child. But no, you ain't getting away like that. I'm coming across there. You eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah.
And those kind of things kind of upset me. So, but that's what I would have done.
Yeah. Dustin, did I come to you? Dustin, are you there?
I can hear me now.
Yes.
I think that she needs to be charged for what she did. And this is just my opinion only. So if somebody else would agree with it, that's okay. I think she needs to be charged with because I think she needs to be banned from that Chipotle
for life. For life.
For life. And she don't need to be allowed back in there because why would you do that? Throw your food in somebody's face? Why would you, just because they made a mistake, tell them they made a mistake and redo it? They remake it. Now, why would you throw it in their face because you didn't like it or something, or they messed it up? Take it. I done this before in a restaurant deal. If I didn't like something or they messed something up, I take it back to the person and ask them to please remake it. I don't throw anything in their face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's downright crazy. And I agree with you, Diva. And I think that she needs to be banned for life. And not only that Chipotle, but Chipotle could do even better, in my opinion, Diva. They can ban her from every Chipotle.
Yeah, they need to.
They need to ban her. They need to ban her to every Chipotle because she could turn around and do it again at another restaurant and another Chipotle. So Chipotle needs to go even further, even higher, and ban her from every one of them.
I agree. Ban her. Banned her. Hashtag banned. Leo, you're up.
Okay, so in my early youth, I worked at Hardee's like when I was like 15, and then I worked at McDonald's when I was like 16. I was on the OJT thing in those days. So I seen this, right? So I seen this personally. People in the drive-thru throw food when they mad. I seen this, and I didn't necessarily see in them early years like they threw it to aim at somebody. They just threw it in the window and it kind of like hit the floor, and we was all looking like, and then they pull off, and we all looking like, okay, somebody's really upset.
Right.
But then in the early 2000s, like 2002, I was working at a restaurant and I seen people get food thrown on them, people spit at, people had hot coffee thrown on them. I seen all of this, and it did not necessarily happen to me.
Right.
And so I did not jump in. So I can really, really, really commend the people like took down this person's license plate and had all this information for this person. Because y'all are surprised, but this was 20 years ago. I seen customers throwing things. I can only imagine now. I can only imagine now. I even worked at a restaurant where I seen a person get mad at the general manager, put a plate in his hand and crack the plate to assault this man.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
And this was 20 years ago.
Over food.
Like
over food.
Over food. And so it is extremely volatile in the food industry, in the hospitality industry. This is not something that is unheard of. I have been, I even myself, when I was bartending, I had someone threaten like to throw a can at me. And I was like, okay, well, you know, you can do that. But when you do that, the lights will go out. So it is very customary for these kind of things to happen. And you got to have as much compassion and patience you can muster up for the people in the food industry, at the fast food, at the restaurants. I implore people to come to just grab as much patience and compassion you can look for, because I'm telling you, they going through stuff. And the thing I never really understand too, how you gonna bad lip the people that's gonna be presenting your food here in the next 10, 15 minutes, and you done been berating them? How you know they ain't put no hair in your food? Like, how you ain't know they ain't put no snot in your food? Like, don't treat people like that.
That
We
secret
all
sauce.
have short fuses, and I get it. We living in a whole different time. But please, 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 for your own safety, like, have some patience.
Yeah.
Don't assault people.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Whoo, E, your thoughts?
So I want to highlight the two customers in line who didn't even know each other and didn't have any personal relationship to the Chipotle cashier who was mistreated, who I believe you said now suffers from PTSD, right?
Yep.
This is so sad. But those two customers who were unfamiliar approached that perpetrator, for lack of a better word, I know that may not be correct. And at least one of those women ran outside and got the license plate
Yes,
of
she did.
the assailant's vehicle.
The older young woman at that.
Correct. The older young lady. I have to say that.
Yep.
The older young lady. Because that was going to be necessary to file this report. That older young lady is thinking like me, because in order for us to get somebody, we got to be able to find them. Whoever car that person is, or we're going to find them, because you don't need the police to pull up somebody with their license plate. Just the average person, all you have to do is go on the DDS website. You can pull up the address yourself if you know how to work it. In my opinion, can tell you that. Not that in my opinion has done that. I didn't mean to put you out there, sis. I'm just saying, you know, if you tech savvy and you good with investigating, you can find some things out.
Don't worry, I have.
Wait,
And we'll do it again.
hold on, E. Thank you, Mo, for the words, because sometimes we need the words. She said mature woman. Okay, yes, mature young lady.
And much respect. Thank you for that. But I just have to drive that point home, because all of the people in that lobby, or most of the people in the lobby, not the workers behind the counter, in the lobby, those people were strangers, but they banded together, those two women, in the face of mistreatment, because the co-workers of that woman, from what I was able to see, I could be 10,000% wrong, but the co-workers remained behind the counter. Okay, now this woman some people may not think so, but I feel like that was a moment where we should have shut that whole dining room down, in my opinion. And the reason that is so significant for me that those two ladies came together to that cashier's defense is because on the other night I mentioned that I wanted to hear from those 6 friends and get their account from the friends account. After that Somali woman was tagged with a brick, I said we needed to get those friends' statements, and because they need to be held accountable. And let me tell you, I have been a witness to many incidents, and even if I don't get involved, because I heard the person say on the video, the person did not want their identity to be revealed, and I get that. But let me tell you what I won't do. I won't see something and won't send you some reinforcements. If it looks like I'm driving off, don't you think for 1 second I'm not dialing 911. I'm sending the popos your way. I'm helping you. Okay. And if I know you personally and it's personal to me, oh no, I'm sending the pow-pows behind you. I just want you to know that. Me and in my opinion talked about that yesterday, and I love in my opinion. But now I also want that it was these 2 women, and you keep hearing me say that because I'm about to close it out. The 2 women who came to this poor woman's defense in an attempt to hold this act of violence accountable and ensure a report got made, there was only one man that I saw in the video. And like I said, I could be 10,000% wrong, and please forgive me if I am. But the only man I saw in the video, he was a black man, okay? And all he did was sit there and record. Sit there and record. I want you to remember that, ladies, because a lot of men, because we got into this debate the other day, but I'm bringing it forward with this incident. A lot of men will not protect us, ladies. A lot of men will not step in. They won't speak up, and they consider acts of violence between women as entertainment. That's what they think. They laugh, they kiki, they think it's funny. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect one another. Women must protect women, even if it is from other women. And this is the time when I will take color out of the equation. I don't care what color a woman or girl is. If I see a female or a woman or girl being mistreated, I'm telling somebody. I'm calling for help for you, sis. And I'm screaming from the rooftop, because I am automatically going to assume that if there are any male bystanders in the vicinity, that a lot of those men will not lend a hand. And ladies, we have to stick together. Hashtag women stand together.
You're right, E. You're right. I've done that too. You're right.
In my opinion, you're up.
Okay, so one thing that people might not know is when you work in the food industry, if somebody does something to you, you don't have the right to defend yourself. And most of these people work for minimum wage. And I think that's the travesty. That nobody locked those doors to protect this woman, to make sure she stayed there until the police got there. I want to know where the manager was, because I'm holding him responsible, because that lady couldn't defend herself. She would have lost her job.
That's not true.
Yeah, and and let me tell you, I've been a manager at McDonald's, I've been a manager at Hardee's, and I've been a manager at Burger King.
If someone's stealing, that's something different. You're not supposed to go.
No, I'm saying this is the thing. Whenever we had an incident, we were told that our employees could not touch the people. The only thing we could do was lock the doors and not let them leave. We could let the customers leave, but we couldn't let the assailant leave. That was the only thing we can do, was to lock the doors and wait for the police.
Well, I'm
true.
I'm texting Chef Cat because I don't.
I think that changed, Diva.
Yeah.
Opinion is true. We live in the South. I keep telling y'all, things is different in the South.
Exactly.
Things are different.
No,
exactly.
This happened in Ohio, right? Well, wherever that happened at.
Things are different in the South.
Well, go ahead.
I'm just telling you from my personal experience that this is how we have to handle things down here. Like, our coworkers cannot fight a customer, even if they because we had a customer one time at Burger King. She threw her Whopper and her soda on a person, and the girl was really upset. She was trying to get at her, and I had to pull her to the side and tell her, listen, you cannot. You will lose your job. You will lose all your benefits. You won't even be able to collect unemployment because it's a clear violation. And the girl was hot.
our assistant manager had to then lock the doors while I called the police and told them what was happening. And we had to wait. They're not
Because
allowed to
you
put their
may
hands on.
defend yourself, but when it comes down to the get down, you assaulted a customer, even though they assaulted you. In
Right,
our
right.
correct brains, we will say, okay, well, that was right. Well, no, not according to company policy. No. It's not.
That's
You
true.
have the right to defend yourself. I'm not saying
Not
Not
while you
in the
on the clock.
South, Diva.
Not
okay.
while you
I'm
Not
on
gonna
the
in the
check
clock.
it. Okay,
South.
listen, we're about to hit real overtime, and I want to go, but I'm checking with some people I know. If
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
was,
hope they live in
well,
North
let me
Carolina
tell
and
you,
in Alabama
I would
and in
think,
Louisiana and in Mississippi.
California
Because
says
if you connected with people that's living up north, then that's not true.
right, yeah, right.
Right.
So the rules, but right, we can't say this generically, then, right? So the rules are not the same everywhere. Because Chef Kev's been in the industry his whole life, and I just texted him. He said, "No, you got the right." So it's the rules are not the same everywhere. That's all I'm gonna put out there. Yes, it may be like that in the South, but the rules are not the same anywhere. You do have the right to defend yourself if someone is touching you and did something to you. But the rules
But you
are
will
not the
still
same
lose
everywhere.
your job. You will still lose your job.
No, you
Okay,
won't.
I'm gonna move on because did you finish in my opinion? Okay.
She probably had a checkout. Cause I got your back opinion. If you listening, I got your back. I know what it is.
Smoke, you're up.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, hopefully I got your seatbelts buckled in because it's about to be Mission Impossible, and this train is about to go way off the cliff, about to hit the river.
Oh my God.
Smoke.
Okay, that
We got a lot
woman.
of time. We ain't got a lot of time. But go
No,
ahead.
I'll keep it quick. So I'm a spiritual being, so I'm speaking from the part of me that would not be in tune. But had that woman taken that Chipotle bowl and thrown it in my face, I would have grabbed her by the tresses of her tresemme, banged her head on that counter like bitty bitty bong bong, and in the words of Mariah Hupp, I would have pinkled the guy with that hoe. Like, who do you think you is throwing your nasty steak salad at me because you didn't like it? Well, hell, the Whole Foods is right down the street. Hell, go to Kroger, get you a nice little 6 Caesar salad with some shredded Parmesan. But you ain't got to come in my job raising all kinds of hell and whatnot. Honestly, I would have dragged her ass from here to Kalamazoo had that been me. But you know what? She's lucky she had that girl, because trust to believe mama would still be in a neck brace talking about help, I've fallen and I can't get up. That's all.
Thank you, Smoke, and we miss you, and thank you. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, y'all, miss y'all too.
Woo, woo, woo. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
So I worked in fast food since I was 15 up until I graduated high school. And I don't know if maybe it was something in the past, but I can say as of now, and I live in the South, I live in Texas, you can certainly defend yourself. And actually, we had some of these situations happen twice where some customers came in throwing drinks at the workers and throwing fries and stuff. And both of those people that happened to, they actually got into a fight. Like, they yanked that hair and all of that, and they kept their job. As long as they're the ones that were defending themselves, they weren't the ones who like threw the first punch, so to speak. You're fine. I think it just depends on who the owner of the franchise is or stuff like that. Because you guys remember not too long ago that girl who got in a fight with a man over some straws, and then she started to fight him at a McDonald's.
I don't remember that particular story.
Right. Well, she defended herself and she still kept her job. So you can defend yourself, but it might be just a state thing. I don't know. But
yeah, that was Texas, not in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, these people fighting and doing all these to these poor employees, they're the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
And they should face some consequences.
Absolutely.
Diva, I'm sorry. Can I say something about your last topic? If not, it's okay.
You fine.
Okay.
You can. Go ahead.
Because I'm tired of these clout chasers. This guy needs to be quiet.
Oh.
Okay? He works for Sheree. Allegedly, he says he does. He says he has some receipts. But if all of the things he's saying is true, then he needs to get his ass in a law office and do a case against her. Don't go to all these interviews and go on your Instagram and make this your entire personality. If you have a real claim, you do what Johnny did. He went and he solicited the services of Attorney Parks, and you actually go through with it. But Sheree, as long as he doesn't do that, she's okay. She's not going to be fired because of his incompetence.
Diva, can I respond to that, please?
I just needed to say that because Sheree is the grand dame of Atlanta. Y'all are always
please.
Oh Lord,
I'm tired
I take
of
my
it.
comment
She's not
back.
going nowhere.
Okay, scratch that from the record. Scratch it from the record.
That's Karen Hoover. That's Karen Hoover.
Let him speak.
No, I know. Karen is the grand dame of Potomac. I'm saying of Atlanta. Sheree, she needs she deserves more respect. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Whoa,
whoa, whoa.
I'm not here off that. Can I please respond? Can I please respond?
Yes, you can.
How is someone the grand dame when they can't even find their own mama at Motel 6? How is someone a grand dame when she didn't know her own husband had a side child? How is someone a grand dame showing up on national TV talking about who's going to check me boo about a divorce party, basically, or you're finding your independence? How are you a grand dame when it takes you 15 years to get a business off the ground and it keeps changing? First, it was fine fashion. Then it went to joggers. Now you're doing athleisure wear with your son and your grandchild promoting you. So I am sorry. Sheree has never given grand dame tendencies. She's always given broke beat tendencies. And we see it throughout her years on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you're going to call someone a grand dame, at least make sure you're living up to the stature, which Sheree is not. So I'm going to need her to stick with her Dollar Tree budget, her she by Shein, her she by she ain't-ish, and go in the corner somewhere. She need to probably just go back to Bob, and maybe she might get those 7 figures. That's all I'm saying. So to call Sheree a grand dame of anything is a little bit delusional. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
listen, I love y'all. I gotta go.
We love you too, Diva.
Listen, it was a good show. Woo, woo, woo. Okay.
Woo, woo, woo.
All I gotta say is woo, woo, woo. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for being here. To Diddy. Diddy, keep your head up. I don't know what to say. The people, you gave them back. You tried to make a wrong right, and the people still gonna complain. What's that saying? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, so that's to Diddy. To this guy that said that Sheree didn't acknowledge him. He brought the fashions. They was really cheering for him and didn't even know it. Emmanuel said, shut up or go to court. And all I can say to that is, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Into the Chipotle situation, like I said, cook your own food. Get a crock pot. What do they call the thing? What do they call it?
Slow cooker. Slow cooker.
There you go. Electric frying pan. I don't know what you got to do. What's them orders, them boxes that come in the mail? They give you all the stuff in it, and you just got to do it. They give you the ingredients, everything.
Hello Fresh.
Okay.
Do what you got to do. But what you can't do is be going to put your hands on the workers. Okay. My son works at the restaurant. When he in school now, but he works at the restaurant. Don't be putting your hands on the kids.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Messed up. But I love y'all. And thank y'all. We'll see you tomorrow night for Trending Topics. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
You got to get on.
Good night.
Love you, Diva. Love y'all. You have a blessed night. Bye.